can you go through some things for us? Is Andy Burnham and this new administration committed to spending this 3% of GDP by 2030?
He's committed to making sure the defence investment plan is fully funded.
But I will repeat a very, very simple question, which is Andy Burnham committed to the 3% of GDP? Because that is a simple question, because if he's not, as we speak, you are the Defence Secretary this morning, you will know, presumably, whether he is going to be spending 3% by 2030. When you took the job as Defence Secretary, given that your predecessor, John Healey, resigned over this issue, I imagine you asked the Prime Minister, are you committed to that figure? So what's the answer?
Oh, yeah, so I'm absolutely 100% confident the Prime Minister and the Chancellor will give us what we need for defence.
People will know there was a very heightened moment in the last administration when two highly respected politicians, Al Khan's former military man himself, an armed forces minister, said that the plan that you still have in place, this is the existing plan, was neither transformative enough nor sufficiently funded. We also had John Healey saying the funding, which still exists, the same amount of money, falls well short of what's needed to protect the UK. Now, you saying you can't commit today to the amount of money that it will be raised or not is very illustrative of a problem. Why can't you commit?
Well, can I give you two things that I think have changed since John Healey and Al Khan's resigned on that point of principle? The first is that my predecessor, Dan Jarvis, won further commitments from the Treasury to invest in defence. And I pay tribute to the work that Dan Jarvis did as Defence Secretary in that period to secure future commitments and investment. The second thing that's changed is that John Healey has become the Chancellor of the Exchequer. So we know where he's coming from when it comes to the importance he attaches to defence. We know that the Prime Minister has said that he will make sure the defence investment plan is fully funded. So we can draw confidence from those two things.
Defence is the first priority of government. And I'm looking at some of the comments of former military personnel. In the Daily Telegraph, Colonel Hamish de Bretton-Gordon, former British Army officer, defence expert, saying the 2035 target, which I think is the one you're referring to in the long term, is too little, too late. If Russia moved against NATO country by the end of the decade. I'm looking at Colonel Richard Kemp, also reported in the Telegraph, who said the reality is if you're not prepared to put up your resources into building up your own defences, that will provoke your enemies to attack you. It's a now issue, not 10 years' time.